Hello YouTube, how you doing? Hot day, no camera, you can guess why. I'll leave it at that. Shall we do some DF? Let's DF. Let's D our Fs together and see if we end up with any fucking stuff coming out. Ugh, disgusting. Let me have a little sip this of my drink. Ah, very nice. Hello Alter Ego 000, this is Dwarf Fortress. Ooh, very exciting, I'm sure you'll agree. It's like a city management game, or a settlement management game with lots of dwarves who are dumb, don't do what they're told, and keep killing themselves by accident. But it's alright. It's good, I like it. I like it. Lots of stuff I say sounds way ruder than I mean it to. Like the fact that I now can feel that Capri Sun making my testicles too cold. Let's move that. Let's put it somewhere else. There we go. There we go. Let's get my leg too cold. That's the problem using ice as a cooling medium. Everything gets too cold quickly. It's very hard to keep the coolness moving around. What I need, probably, is some sort of Fremen still suit. That would be nice. I would love a Fremen still suit. I mean, I don't think I'd be drinking my recycled piss and sweat from the still suit, but I feel like it would have good cooling properties, right? That's at least part of the idea, isn't it? Or am I misunderstanding? You know what? I'll put that t-shirt back on. There's no point having the camera off, is there? Let's just turn it back on for a bit. Why the figgins not? There we go. Let's put that Capri Sun back on my head. There we go. That will keep me nice and cool for a bit. Although I may well smash random keys in a second as it slides forward. And now I can't look at the keyboard. It's very good for enforcing touch-type discipline, I have to say. Not so good for making sure I press the right keys all the time, though. I feel like there's a good chance we could be beansing this very rapidly. Or, having said that, just pick the keyboard up and say D, N. There we go, remove construction. And we'll remove all these floor tiles here, which are surplus to requirements. No longer needed, sir. There we go, very good. Let's put that over here. Let's try another channel here. Let's try another channel here. And dig out all of this. That'll be nice, wouldn't it? Go down one, just get the right side. There we go. Bang, all the way across there. And you know what? I think I'm going to dig all this out too. Why the figgins not? Why wouldn't I? Why shouldn't I? Why can't I? Can I? Could I? Probably. It's far worse when we have to visualise for ourselves. It's true. It's true. Sometimes when you can see what's going on, it makes things seem less creepy, less weird. Then again, sometimes when you can see stuff, it makes it even more creepy. But that's usually a good indicator of creepiness, I think. Let's get this camera changed around a bit. If we're going to have the camera on in this heat, let's put it somewhere it can actually see me. Where's the thing I used to put it on? Where have we gone? Oh, we'll find it. Whoa. I have a very special skill set. I will find you, and I will take my camera and turn it on you. I can't use this can here, it's way too unstable. Ah, maybe it's not possible. Maybe my dreams were not to be. How's that? Is that good? Or is that too much of an up-the-nose shot? A little bit too low? Whoa, we'll see. We'll see how it pans out for a bit. There we go. You can get a better look at my lovely ice lolly drink now, can't you? Look at that. Double ice lollies. And the kids don't even care. It's great. Oh dear. Man, this needs a trim. It's going crazy. I look like Catweasel. Mind you, I've always looked like Catweasel. Okay. How much digging have we got going on here? There's none set up, so that's fine. All we've got to do is put in a few more, and another row of lovely, lovely obsidian should be created on the lower floors. Good. Okay, this goes all the way across from here. That's fine. That's fine. Let's watch the lower floor and watch it get created. Fingers crossed someone will be in to do it rapidly. We are on a very boring floor here because, of course, there's no actual adamantine to be dug out. Which, you know, it's not what you want. You want to be on a floor where there is adamantine and you're digging out more valuable stuff. But unfortunately, it's just not the way things have unfolded. Oh, there we go. Now another quick look for that thing to stand the camera on. No? For some reason it appears to have vanished. It's just an old tub of cheesy bits. What are they called? Cheddars, that's the ones. First you dig for many years. Well, dig for many years, you get the skill. Then you die of lung cancer. That does seem to be the rule, right? That is the miner's way. That's the miner's way. Sad. But then again, now it's all being done by robots, so that's good, isn't it? It's nice. I like the idea of robot miners. Not the kind of robot miners you might see in anime that may fulfill some of the less acceptable desires of the people watching. Not those kind of robot miners. I mean robots that dig out metal and stuff from the ground. Or rocks. Whatever. Well, these days they know. These days they're fully aware of what caused it. But back in the old days, nope. Nope. They had no idea. Poor oldie worldy medicine. Very bad. Very shit. Luckily we live in the current worldy. Happy worldy. That's true. That does give you a little bit of a clue. Then again, maybe you didn't work in a coal mine. Maybe you're coughing up sparkling diamonds and gold. That would give you a clue. Where did that fucking thing go? I'm getting a little annoyed. I've actually also got some like little pink flamingo ice cube things. They're not ice and they're not cubes. Well, they are ice, but you know, they're contained in plastic. I've got those wrapped up in a tea towel. That seems to be doing pretty good for a cooler. Oh, very pleasant. Very nice. Oh, somebody's come down to do the digging. This is a good sign. I'm optimistic that this is going to result in what we wanted to happen. I think it looks like they've deconstructed all that floor. That's good. Might need to channel more of that floor out, actually. Looking at it. Then again, that is quite far away from the next tier of adamantine, so maybe we don't need to. Maybe we don't strictly need to dig out this little area here. Probably will, though. Probably will. Oh, hello. Don't look for the help document. That's no good. That's not going to help anybody. If anything, it's just going to make a massive mess out of everything. Come on, keep channeling. Keep channeling. I worked in a blast furnace as a chemist and had to have 3 showers to get clean. All the carbon in the air. Nobody wore air filters. Oh no! Heavens above, that sounds a bit, a bit unsafe. I've been to a coal mine on a school trip a long time ago. I've never been in an active mine, but I have been to like old tin. Was it a tin mine? I don't think it was. Yeah, a tin mine in Wales. Went down there, did the tour kind of thing, but it wasn't. It hadn't been worked for over 100 years, I think. And technically, I've been into a chalk mine. Chislehurst Caves. They're a chalk mine, aren't they? Or am I crazy? Am I thinking of different things? The Druids needed chalk, so they dug out their chalk mines. Let's dig out this little bit of floor here. All the way across, ideally. Start from there, all the way over there. Bish bash bosh. Lovely. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Yeah, I don't think you want... I realise 3 showers is just 1 ion shower. Sal's gone full wet flannel. Heavens above. I would go full wet flannel, but I'm on a fairly absorbent sofa here, so I feel like if I get the wet flannel out, I'm going to be leaving a fairly damp cushion behind, which will not yield me a good night's sleep tomorrow morning when I actually go to sleep. A good day's sleep, rather. That's what I'm actually going to end up trying to get, isn't it? Oh, hello. Notifications on my phone. Very unusual at this time of night. Very unusual. Also stuck my fingers together with super glue. Not now. Is that an anecdote of earlier on or a previous time, or is that something that you've literally just done? Question mark. Being Welsh, iron and coal is in my blood. Well, I hope they're very small lumps of iron and coal. Otherwise, it's going to be fairly detrimental to your health. Oh, 1 long shower, not an ion shower. That makes sense. That makes sense. A lot clearer. I was wondering what an ion shower was. That sounds dangerous. That sounds like it involves high energy. Oh, I don't know if I'd like that. Oh man, I'm knocking through this water pretty rapidly. I'm going to need a break for a wee in a minute. Just done it. Doing a sort of jigsaw. A permanent jigsaw? What kind of crazy... Oh, hang on, I didn't add it on pause. Ah, what a dingleberry. What an idiot. What a moron. What a fool. What a Tom Noddy Fiffle Faffle. Oh dear. I'm going to put the Capri Sun back between my legs again. Wish me luck. Hopefully I won't freeze my knackers. Not that they're necessary anymore. They've done their job. They're all finished with their functioning lifespan. Showered with black dust. Oh, heavens above. Doesn't sound like fun at all. Is that an ion shower? Or was it a lawn shower? Oh, it's a... Yeah, no, you're right. It is a lawn shower. I've never been that badly soiled that I've had to have such a long shower. Although the other day we did end up with a fairly significant toilet blockage, which although I wasn't in the shower. I did have a shower, but I did like wash my arms up to the shoulder about 4 times afterwards for deductible reasons. Deducible reasons. I imported a huge CRT from Monaco and the plastic case arrived smashed. Oh no! A huge CRT, that sounds exciting. I hear that CRTs are actually pretty sweet when it comes to 4K stuff. Apparently they look really good because you get like absolutely gorgeous black levels on them. Or is it more than that? Is it good? What do you reckon? Worth the money or a little bit of a waste? Or are you using it for retro stuff? Scoundrel the Fart Wrangler. Oh, actually, I haven't farted once this stream. Interesting. It's very unusual. Nice. I used to work in a pharmaceutical manufacturing plant. Did not like the actual production line. I did office stuff and stock takes and stuff like that. It was all very interesting, although I've told all of my stories from that numbers of times, so probably leave it for now. Oh yeah, just in case anyone's interested, I've reinstalled Dark Souls. I've been thinking about doing another run. Unfortunately, I can't do New Game Plus because all of my stuff was deleted from the original run, so... In fact, I think that was on a different computer, so... yeah, I don't actually have any of my stuff to load New Game Plus, but I'm thinking of doing another go. I'm thinking about it. Obviously, I'm spending a lot of time playing Ark at the moment, so I'm more likely to be playing that, to be fair. Then I've got Red Dead Redemption 2 to finish. So many games that I've barely touched. Yeah. Always with the bikinis. Always trying to ban Sick Filth on a page opposite Sick Filth. Oh, fart wrangling my son. Oh, I remember that. Yeah, that was probably the day or two after, thinking about it. Yes. Very good point. Not the one in the car park, the one where it happened live. Yeah. Dear oh dear. Madness. 21-inch monitor, super expensive when new and not used by normal folks like us. 2048 by 1536. Now, I heard that a lot of CRTs that were produced near the end were kind of fairly resolution independent. They didn't have like a fixed resolution, and it was all about how the beam was controlled across the phosphor, so you could run like 4K images on them really nicely. Or maybe I'm misunderstanding how that works. It's pretty shit. It's pretty awful. I certainly wouldn't call it a news service. It's in fact, a horrible, horrible magazine. Not worth the paper it's printed on. So, where do I want to do some tunneling now? Do I want to tunnel this bit out a bit more to spread the water further? Because I don't want to go too close to the stairs and stop my dwarves getting nearby. You know what? I'm going to do the channeling down here. DH. I'm going to do it away from the magma. And we're going to channel over here. Will this be allowed? Sure, that will be allowed. Let's just channel all the way across here. Bang, like that. Then priority 2. Going the wrong way. Channel all the way across here. Lovely jubbly. Channel all the way across here. Extra nice. And then difficulty. Priority 4. Losing my mind. It's not even 1 o'clock yet. Oh, it's 1:30 in the morning. Okay, that might account for some of me getting a little bit a little bit confused. As long as you're under the resolution, that's fine. Oh, that's good. That's good. An HIV junkie addicted to HIV. That sounds unlikely. That sounds very unusual. Depends on the resolution of the receiver screen. It has tri-cells of colour. Oh, I see. So, yeah. Okay, so there is a maximum theoretical resolution, but they were never actually... They were producing them way over res at the end of their life because they, you know, the technology was there. Excuse me. Let's get this lad channeling. Let's get this lad channeling. Is anybody actually going to come down and do these jobs, or am I going to sit here waiting forever? Maybe I should go up to the surface and start trying to set up some more armour. How many suits of adamantine did I make? I think it was 3, wasn't it? Let's have a little peek. Go to stocks. Go to that one. So, adamantine. Breastplates. 2, 3, 4. Okay, we've got 4 breastplates, 4 sets of greaves, 1, 2, 3, 4 helms. Okay, looks like we did 4 full sets. So if I do 1 more, that's half a unit completely kitted out in adamantine. We could also make an adamantine sword, and we could also start making silver hammers. That's a good idea for a start. Let's get some silver hammers on the go. Let's get some bang bang Maxwells up in this place. That is my special one, isn't it? It is my special one. Let's add weapon, W, silver, warhammer, and then we'll add another silver warhammer, because I want 2 of them. And then once that's done, we'll come back and we'll put in another suit of adamantine armour. Actually, let's put in an adamantine sword while we wait. Let's do it. Oh wait, no, I think I already checked this. I don't actually have a weaponsmith worthy of these jobs, do I? Let's go over to therapist and find out. Weaponsmithing. Sort by nothing rather than migration wave. We've got a level 16. Akira is legendary, so fuck it, we'll let Akira do the work. Go on, Akira. Get in there. Start moaning about Kaneda and Tetsuo. Okay, let's put all of these ice lollies in one big cup and then tip out all the stuff that's already defrosted, which is no doubt the most potently flavoured juice you could imagine. There we go. Ah shit, I've got it on top of the ironing board. Ah well, let's use the tea towel, that'll clean it up. Good stuff. That makes more sense. That makes more sense. A lot more sense. Right, let me put this over here. There we go. And get back over to the fortress, because I appear to have abandoned it for some reason. There we go. Has anyone started building these? Warhammer, and add weapons and ammunition, adamantine, short sword, bosh, there we go. That'll be nice. And that'll sort everybody out for gear who's actually been told to wear a uniform, which is good. It's good. Didn't David Cronenberg make a film about that? I still haven't watched it, which is ridiculous. I should have watched it because I love David Cronenberg stuff, but I never got round to it. In fact, I'd never watched Crash either. You know what? I didn't even realise that was a David Cronenberg film until recently. I happened to see someone mentioning it in a YouTube video, and Yeah, I was like, oh shit, I should have watched that, but I haven't. Oh, a Chunky Nut has been possessed. Let's have a little look and see what they do then. They're on this floor, so presumably they're going to be getting a thing pretty quickly. Nice, okay. They've claimed a Magma Forge. They're off to get some stuff. They're going to go straight for the Adamantine. That's nice. Base material Adamantine. Very special, very nice, very fresh. Hopefully they'll make a weapon which isn't a hammer, or they'll make some suit of armour. We've already got one artifact breastplate, so if we make a few more of those... Having said that, doesn't Adamantine artifact breastplate kind of lose some of its value because the artifact makes it indestructible, so it kind of doesn't matter if it's made out of adamantine or not? Then again, the weight of adamantine's very good, isn't it? I'm not sure. How's the training going? I read somewhere making many squads of 2 forces them to spar. I think I got it quick enough before it seeped into the ironing board cover. I think we're good, Sal. Don't worry. Don't worry. Everything's going to be fine. Shit. No. Oh, this is cold. That's Sexy Crash as opposed to Racism Crash. Hyper, no way, I wasn't aware of Racism Crash. I mean Sexy Crash, yeah, with David... what's his name? Not David Spade. That's an entirely different person. The guy was in Wolf with Jack Nicholson. And was in White Castle with... oh, God. The woman out of... Thelma and Louise. Oh, what was his name? I'm sure it will come back to me eventually. Don't think about it too hard. Why would Cronenberg make a film about a platforming bandicoot? Oh no, I think he made a film about people who were sexually aroused by car crashes and the victims thereof. Bit weird. But you know, he's made quite a few weird films. I really, really like Nightbreed. It's one of my favourite like practical effects movies of all time. Absolutely worth a watch if anyone hasn't seen it yet. I would give it a go. Doesn't stick too closely to the book materials, but that's fine. Oh shit! What do they want? Oh no, they're going. They're going. Whatever they were after has been created in the interim. They're out. They're fine. Don't worry. James Spader. That was it. Yes, James Spader. That was the name. Excuse me, just trying to get this drunk without tipping all of the ice lollies over my face. Racism Crash was the pretty naff Oscar bait movie from 2004. Nope, no idea. Not familiar with it. Can't say I've seen it. They do a lot of that though, don't they? There's a lot of janky Oscar bait movies. To be fair, I would say getting an Oscar is not actually a sign of it being a good movie. Sometimes they give them a right old toss. And they seem to ignore a lot of genre stuff, which is a shame. Then again, maybe I have different tastes from those who pick who wins. I don't know. Seems likely though. Seems likely. Maybe this is bearable now. Oh, still way too strong. Yikes. Ugh. Like drinking raw Robinson's apple and blackcurrant. Not a good idea. Whew. I once drank a raw, like a undiluted Ribena. That was a bad mistake. Made it feel like my mouth was dehydrating. Give me a wrinkled tongue. Ah dear. The foolish things we do as fools. A dramatic and powerful retelling of the 2005 housing collapse. Oh, interesting. I've been meaning to watch what was the name of that film about the 2008 financial crisis? It's got loads of famous people in it. Let's have a little peek. The Big Short, yes. I've been meaning to watch that. People keep recommending it to me. But I've yet to actually sit down and go through it. I haven't watched it. It's been a while since I've watched a lot of movies. I still haven't seen Parasite. That actually looks like a pretty good Oscar winner, to be fair. Famously beat Brokeback Mountain to the Best Picture Oscar. Haven't seen Brokeback Mountain, but I have to say it does look fucking boring. It didn't leap out to me as a film that I must see. It looked at as the kind of film that would make me go, oh, for fuck's sake, just get on with it. Running out of ways to misunderstand Crash. Ugh. Excuse me. Parasite was awesome. I hear that. No spoilers though, because I still have it in my list of things to watch. Oh, hello. Chunky Nut has begun a mysterious construction. Very good. We no longer need to worry about whether or not they'll find all their materials. Nice. Let's take a look down deep underground and see how the adamantine extraction is going. What the hell? That looks like it was bloody dangerous. Oh. Tits. Okay, this is not ideal. Not ideal at all. But then again, it could be a lot worse. We've only got to open the gates a bit. It's, you know, could have been fucking awful. Turns out it's just a bit bad. And they're digging this out nice and safe too. Plus, if that all goes into obsidian, then we can dig further down on these floors as the adamantine spire drifts south, which is what we really want to be able to do. We want to be able to always follow it. Deep down, as deep as it goes. Into the bowels of hell. Or preferably, if we can avoid the bowels, just sort of, you know, on the cheeks of its buttocks. Something like that. I'd rather avoid going too deep. Big Short is okay. You're not missing out on a life experience. I feel like I'd probably prefer and have seen a lot of documentaries on the subject, whereas The Big Short seems to be like not even a dramatisation of the events, just a sort of dramatic telling of the sort of scenario. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. My Cronenberg talk has me wanting to watch Videodrome again. You know what? Videodrome is it's a good film, but it's not one of my favourite Cronenbergs. Nightbreed, Rabid, what's the one where they all get sexy in the tower block with the worms? Shivers. That's my top 3 Cronenberg picks for anyone who hasn't watched any Cronenberg. Videodrome's a close outsider of that list, but Nightbreed's my favourite all-time Cronenberg movie. I love Rabid and I love Shivers. There's others out there as well. I mean, I'm probably missing a few glorious ones as well. Johnny Mnemonic. Oh, intriguing. Haven't seen that in a while. The new Bill and Ted. Has someone just mentioned that, or is this? Am I finding this? The new Bill and Ted was announced and the trailer's out. Looks like it might be worth a watch. I'm keen. I'm going to give it a go. Does anyone remember Freaked with the other, like the one who's not Keanu Reeves, Alex Winters? Because he does documentaries now. He did a documentary about Bitcoin that was really good, and a documentary about the Silk Road. Both really good. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing the new Bill and Ted one. And people should check out Freaked with the guy from Bill and Ted. Sorry, I was about to say that as well. Yeah, you should check out Freaked because it's very, very good. Right, let's get into this. Our Chunky Nut Letosmusok the farmer has created Urimmenseb Otanabod, a segmented adamantine breastplate. He claims it as a family heirloom. Very nice. Very nice indeed. Let's take a little look. Oh, hello, what's this? If I'm honest, it's all a little too much. Hello, Blind. Welcome to the stream. Thank you very much for hosting. What a wonderful chap. Everybody say hello to Blind. Obviously, who was here already. Those of you who've just turned up are obviously well aware who I'm talking about. You don't need to say hello. You could say hello to me if you like. That's entirely allowable. We've just had a mood. We've just had Chunky Nut who has decided to create an adamantine segmented breastplate, which I'm very excited about. It seems like premium mood material. So let's take a little look and find out what it's like. Oh, thank you very much for the follow there, Flabort. Or Flabort? I'm going to go with Flabort. Seems right. Correct my pronunciation if you wish. So here we go. Bembolkithin, the mechanical cacti. Oh, is there much you can mechanise on a cactus? It doesn't seem really like the kind of thing that requires it, but okay, if that's your goal, if that's your dream, I will allow it. How is my adamantine breastplate only worth 19 grand? Oh, sorry, that's 1.9 million? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, it's only worth 100 grand. That doesn't seem very good, does it? Seems a bit crap, to be honest. Hello, Orion D&D 1212. Hello, Dawn of Minstrel. Hello, Flabort. Hello, I think I've got everyone. Infinity Simplex. Oh, welcome to the stream. Thanks for joining us. It is a good name for an artifact, Blind, but I just feel it summons up too many questions. It makes me think, how would a mechanical cactus work? Surely a cactus has no moving parts other than the fluids that it draws from the air. I don't know. I'm not really an expert on cacti. I'm not really an expert on anything, to be fair. Let's take a little look at this boy. This is a Gabbro floodgate. All craftsdwarfship is of the highest quality. It is decorated with dog leather and giant cave spider silk, and encircled with bands of cushioned Gabbro cabochons, dog bone, and tin. This object menaces with spikes of Gabbro, dog bone, and dog leather. On the item is an image of a hard wheat in Gabbro. On the item is an image of a bloated tubers in praise. Oh, nice. Bloated tubers and hard wheat. Well, I mean, nice little bit of innuendo potential there. A little bit of pseudo-sexual imagery, I believe. Could be wrong, though. Maybe that's just my dirty mind taking us to places they shouldn't be. But when I think of bloated tubers, I tell you what, they look like willies. Let's have a little look here then. So we've got our new set of adamantine breastplate. Is segmented different from regular breastplate, or are we talking about... Oh, thank you very much. Bloated tubers to you too, Uruzrun. I keep looking down here because you may notice that the camera's in a low position today, those of you just arrived. It's because earlier we had two horrible things come together as a perfect storm. One, very warm, so I turned the camera off, took off my shirt and sat here semi-naked with the camera off, quite confident, and then accidentally exposed my hairy upper body by going to the wrong scene, which also exposed how much of a gut I have developed over lockdown. Hence the camera now being below nipple level, allowing me to look a lot better, more svelte. It's good, although it does have the sad side effect of meaning you end up looking up my nose, but hey-ho. We can't all be winners. We can't all be winners. Thank you very much for the sub there, Uruzrun. Much appreciated. What a lovely little gesture. Thank you very much. Let's have a look down here. Spring-loaded needles. Oh, Dawn of Minstrel. I suppose it's not a natural cacti function or cacti feature, but it feels right. It feels right. I like the idea of someone desperately crawling across the desert with chapped lips and burned skin, hands and knees pressed against the sand, coming towards a smooth green cactus thinking, maybe it contains some wondrous moisture to wet my lips and make me live at a moment longer. And they come up close with their little wizened fingers from the heat and their fingernail, and they try and pierce the flesh of the cactus, and then spasham! Out come a load of spring-loaded spikes. Should have taken notice of all those desiccated, mummified corpses. Get out of here, you fucking thing. Flies, disgusting. Should have noticed all those desiccated corpses around the base of the cactus. Oh, sorry, excuse me, my voice appears to be going. Thank you very much for the follow there, Rhinestone, and apologies if you haven't spoken in chat. I've let a shitload of chat slide past, so I may have just called out a lurker like a rotten old prick. But hey, what can I do about it? It's too late now, isn't it? Excuse me. Just in case anyone's wondering what this is, we've got a big old glass full of failed ice lollies. Failed in the sense that the kids don't like them. Success in the fact that they are cold and solid. Very much required elements of the ice lolly condition, but you know, the kids don't like them, so I'm just putting them in a glass and allowing them to melt and eating them as I desire. I also have a frozen Capri Sun here, but that's now got into a fairly liquid state and is no longer as good for cooling as it was. Where are we going here? Where are we going here? Let's quickly look at chat. Hello, Clinidev. Welcome back. Thanks for joining us. Who else have we got here? Anyone new? Blind calls you out all the time. Okay, Rhinestone. But I'll try not to. I'll do my best to allow lurkers to lurk. I mean, lurkers gonna lurk, right? That's what they do. It's who they are. It's integral to their personalities. Tea popsicles. Now, there's an interesting idea. I do like an iced tea. I never make it. I've always bought it in bottles, but I do like the iced tea. Lipton, bit of peach, bit of lemon, whichever of the two is good, and just regular iced tea is good. But making tea and then freezing it does have a... I might have to give that a go, actually. I know what's going to happen. I'm going to boil the kettle. I'm going to make the tea. It's going to go cold, and Kel is going to be like, what are you doing with the tea? You freezing that? You crazy fool. What are you playing at, you maniac? But I'll remain firm. I'll stay stalwart. I'll do it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to try. I'm going to try these new beautiful ideas. Caffeine in frozen form. I always associate caffeine with hot drinks because I really only drink tea and coffee for caffeine. I'm not a big cola or other fizzy beverage kind of drinker. But yeah, actually that kind of makes sense. Nice cold caffeine boost. Good for the morning. Yes, the Capri Sun does have... But when you say pyramid iced lolly, there are actual like pyramid-shaped iced lollies you can get that you freeze like that. Whereas a Capri Sun is intended as a drink. He said the neutral fizzy drink term. That's right, I did. I didn't say soda, I didn't say lemonade, I didn't say Coca-Cola. I didn't use any brand names, I said fizzy drink. Oh man, the homemade frozen stuff is always a treat, I find. Like, sure, I like ice cream, I like a bit of, you know, mint choc chip, a bit of Ben & Jerry's, a bit of Haagen-Dazs, bit of the old Haagen-Dazs, you know, but you can't beat frozen ice lollies you've made yourself. Or you can't beat... I like having a pair of 2-litre frozen water bottles to roll the soles of my feet over in the heat. Unfortunately, I didn't anticipate the heat enough, and I'm now paying the price, which is a sweaty price, a heavy, moist price. Ooh! And I'm telling you what, I'm going to squelch when I walk over there later on. But you don't need to know that, which is kind of why I shouldn't have told you, but never mind. Let's get into these workshops and see if they've actually made any of the stuff I asked them to. Well, it appears that the silver hammers and the adamantine sword have both been made, so let's make one more suit of adamantine armour without the breastplate, because we have an artifact ready to go for that. So add armour, adamantine, we want greaves, we want a helm, we want gauntlets, we want high boots, and that's it. That's it. We also want a set of steel mail shirt. There we go. And that's it. That's an entire suit of armour ready for the next person who's going to get the upgrade. This is very good. Our boys can barely fight, but they've got the best kit in the world. Very fancy stuff. Let's catch up, chat a bit. Hello Zastava, welcome back. Thanks for joining us again. Moist indeed. Oh, it's so cold, it's numbing my tongue. Also, I have pretty knackered teeth, so if I let the ice touch my teeth, boy does that hurt. I wouldn't mind a coffee too, but A, it's too late for caffeinated drinks really, and B, you're right, way too hot. Makes no sense. That's alright, Blind. Always happy to oblige. Always happy to dish out a few giggles where possible. Not always possible. Sometimes these streams are tedious, bland affairs, boring as fuck. Jesus Christ, sometimes people are watching them going, oh, why did I click on this? What have I done? I'm a fucking idiot. I should have left it alone, but no. I've come here and seen things that man was not meant to see and woman was not meant to know. It's crazy. It's never that bad. I keep going for these ice lollies now. I've got distracted. I'm watching the dwarves. I've got no fucking clue what they're doing. I'm just longing for those lovely freezy drips. For that to work, we brew it with extra grounds so it's stronger, then put ice in to dilute it before we pour more ice to sell. Intriguing. Iced coffee / tea. Zastava orders the artifact be smelted when a noble is wearing it. You and your love for the incineration of nobles. Calm down, sir. First of all, we're not sending any of our nobles in to fight any forgotten beasts, because the nobles we have are useful people who do stuff like count and trade and manage. Fantastic nobles. We'll keep them. If we get anyone who's a little bit too above their station, getting a bit aristocratic, maybe I'll think about starting to take measures, whether they're vaporizational measures using magma and lava, or consumption measures using forgotten beasts. But for now, they're going to be alright. They're going to be allowed. Okay? How come the boys can't fight? I haven't really set up what you would call an optimal training schedule, and they've kind of been left by the wayside. I've been more interested in making adamantine armour for them than I have been in getting their training sorted. So, you know, if anyone's got any experience in this field, if anyone wants to put forward some suggestions for what I should be doing vis-a-vis training, feel free. But we'll see what happens. Let's have a little look. A giggle disher sounds like an insult. Come here, you fucking giggle disher. Yeah, I suppose it does, in a certain way. Depends how you say it, really. Depends. If you say, "Oh, sir, you dish up such glorious giggles," that kind of has a nice ring to it. If you go, "Get over here, you fucking giggle disher," then I think that feels a little bit more aggressive. A little bit more like you wouldn't want to comply with the request, right? I feel. Haven't touched the military screen since it was introduced. Lucky you, Dawn of Minstrel. I've had a few attempts at trying to properly, get my head around it, and I feel like I'm starting to get there. Let's have a look at the bridges of work here. What we've got is a squad of 10. They kind of have a schedule. We have a look here. 1, 2, 3, 4 months of nothing, and then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 months of training. For which they need a minimum of 7. I've been told that you don't want to make it to 10 because then they end up never training. They sleep in their rooms at will. Actually, I should probably change that on these months to sleep in the barracks. Stay close to the gear. There you go. And then sleep in room. That's good. And then when they're inactive, they stay uniformed because they've got some snazzy adamantine gear. I've made the uniforms individually. I've got one for the leader of the group, and then I've got one set up for dwarves who use silver hammers, but that might actually be out of date and wrong. Should I do that? What do we reckon, peeps? Do we reckon have a little tart around with the military screen, or do we get back down to the adamantine mines? Oh, sweet, sweet adamantine. Oh, how I crave your lovely blueness. Not that we're running low on it. Let's see how much we've got. Still got 126 wafers, so, you know, sure we've got more steel now, but I feel like we can bang out a few more suits of armour. We should have 5 by now, right? After those ones that I just put the order in for got made. So we only need 5 more, and we're good. We've got the entire unit sorted out with adamantine gear. Zastava says, I find 2 months training with a month break. Okay. The Bridges of Work sounds like a temp agency at a Tower Hamlets. It does. It does. It sounds like the kind of temp agency that's supposed to be like it's supposed to be for much lower level jobs. You know, it's for people who are going to be polishing drip trays in pubs. Not that that's a bad job, but, you know, surely you want to get, if you're going to work in a pub, you want to be serving the drinks, right? You don't want to be polishing the drip trays. That's the worst part of the pub. Or is it? Maybe you're a raging alcoholic. Maybe access to the drip trays is all you've ever wanted. I'll just tip this mixed up booze down the sink. Oh, my liver, no! You know how it goes. We all know how it goes. Druid's Mead says, putting stocks of food and drink close or even in the barracks saves a lot of wasted training time fetching victuals. That's a very good point, Druid's Mead. That's a very, very fine point. Well made. Let's do that. Let's put in a food stockpile, he says, sniffing as he realises his hay fever tablets are about to run out. No! Keep working, you bastards! Let's put a nice big stockpile of food right here. Hopefully they won't trample it too much. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and make it drinks and prepared meals only. Hey, I can do that. Do you think I am? Some kind of papago? U for prepared food. Yes, prepared food. So then we forbid everything and just re-allow everything after that. No fats or paste, please. Pressed materials? No. Extracts? No. Bark, scorpion, venom? No, no. So prepared meals, I'm just going to allow meats, even though we probably don't have a lot in the fortress. What is it? E? No. Forbid. Permit. Permit. There we go. We'll allow fish, even though we shouldn't have any fish. No unprepared fish. We'll allow eggs, even though we have pretty much no female birds. Plants, whatever, and then drinks. Cheese? Are we allowing cheese? Plant cheese? Fuck off. How dare you call that cheese? That is not allowed. Thank God there's nothing in that category. I'd be very upset otherwise. Seeds? No. Fruit? Leaves? Nah. This looks good. This looks like it will be food that they can enjoy and drink. It'll be nice. Happy days for those guys. Let's have a little look. Yeah, 0 hours contract. That's exactly what you'd get from the Bridges of Work. We're here to help you get back into work with a really shit job that will make you worse off than if you didn't. That's basically the way it goes. Dig too deeply, says Orion D&D 1212. Well, what do you mean by too deeply? What do you mean by too deeply? Oh, you say dig too deep, question mark, asking me if I have dug too deep. Sorry, I misinterpreted what you said. No, we're fine. We're fine. We've dug just deep enough, and we do intend to go deeper. We do intend to go deeper. As you can see, we've discovered ourselves a sweet, sweet candy vein. Oh, lovely blue material ready to be crafted into the finest and most valuable machinery you could possibly imagine. Except not machinery, just arts, crafts, armour and weapons. Mainly armour and weapons. It's a military thing for us. And what we're doing, in order to get it out of this horrible magma, is we're bringing through a chute some water down from a cave pond. I say pond, more of a lake. And then we're dousing all of this magma from above, which turns it into obsidian, which then means we can channel down another layer, and so on and so forth, until we have exposed all of that sweet adamantine. Stand and deliver your money or your life. Ugh. Ah, that's how it goes. Excuse me. Just the good food, not the fat lard or junk food. I don't know. Maybe we'll give them a little bit of fardy, lardy stuff to make them happy. Everyone likes a bit of fatty food. Make artifact adamantine socks, menacing with spikes of noble bone, embroidered with images of nobles fighting forgotten beasts unarmed. I mean, it's a beautiful image, Sastava. And in an alternate universe, it might already have happened. But in this one, it's still beyond the event horizon. Which technically means it will never happen, but whatever. It might happen, just not now. Nighty night, dawn of minstrel. To be honest, it's 2 AM here and I should be thinking about going to sleep soon. But I've got at least another hour in me. At least another hour. I'm going to keep going on. Don't fall for any last day japes. Oh, heavens above. Milk monitor badges. I don't think that was here. No, I think that might have been Sal's stream. Drawing the elf pregnant or not? Well, a pregnant elf is technically a drawing of 2 elves and is therefore twice as bad as a drawing of an elf, and therefore it's heresy squared. So be careful with the way you talk. You could be cruising for a ban. But we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Maybe there's perfectly legitimate reasons for you to be drawing depictions of elves. Ugh. Disgusting creatures. Absolutely the most... Fuck, don't dig that out. Please remove designation. What is going on? I've beansed it. I've ruined everything. I've made a horrible mess. It's okay, we're fine. Everybody calm down, please. This kind of panic is unbecoming of a group of people watching a stream. You should all remain much more cool, much more collected. Don't know why I've chosen to do these this way instead of the proper way, but whatever. Let's do it. Let's dig out that little corner there. Get it all channeled out, so when we finally put the water on it, it's going to sizzle like fuck. Nighty night, Blind. You have a good one. Thanks for the raid. Much appreciated. Always nice to have you pop in. I should pop up and say hello when I pop into other people's streams more often. I've been watching... hello, Keek. Hello, Keek100. I've been watching Blind and Sal stream. For example, I was watching you last night playing Satisfactory, Sal. Did I say hello? Did I fuck? I just sat in bed with the stream on and went, oh, this is nice, I'll watch this. I should have said I was there, but I'm sorry, I failed to. Same with Blind, constantly popping in, never saying hello. Because I'm a rude, horrible bastard, that's why. I'm a terrible person. Well, this elf did kill an owlbear in hand-to-hand combat. A D&D character. Oh, a D&D character, that's okay. Those aren't real elves. Not like the elves in Dwarf Fortress. Those are imaginary elves. Fantasy creatures. That's fine. Everything's fine there. But Dwarf Fortress elves... bleh, bleh, disgusting. Tree-bothering leaf lickers. That's right, Druidsmead. Very good. Very true. I mean, I've been openly pro-elf for as long as I've been here, and Scoundrel has tolerated me today. I have. I've tolerated you. That's the key word there. I have put up with your bullshit. I've given you quite a long leash. We'll see how it works out in the end. You never know. Maybe mob justice will occur and you'll be torn limb from limb by everyone in chat. I don't know. I mean, I'm not going to indone it. I'm not going to condone it. I'm not going to endorse it. But it could happen. Be careful with all this elf talk. I did just lurk shame myself. Well, you know, oddly enough, as weird as this may sound, I often don't have much to say. I've not got much of imports to input, and basically when I do say something, it almost 99% of the time is going to be some kind of pun, which will make half of chat go, ugh, why did you do that? Disgusting, horrible pun. It's good. It's terrible. Saying hello to a streamer is like kissing a prostitute, says Canadian Corn Dog. You reckon? What, costs extra? Is that how it works? I've never hired a prostitute. I was going to say rented, but that's the wrong word, isn't it? You don't rent prostitutes. You hire them. They're professionals. Pay for a service. A literal service. You don't hire them. You don't have someone come round and work as an operator with the prostitute. Maybe you do. Maybe if you rent a real doll, you have someone come round like a sexual puppeteer. Is that a service you can get? Sex puppeteer? Someone to operate your real doll for you? It's like the most meta wank you could ever have. Incredible. Uh-oh. It nearly came off the stick there. Let's get that into the pot. Make sure that doesn't go everywhere, he says, with water everywhere. Oh, no. Dave says, Scoundrel, can you do me a favour? Maybe. I mean, I don't tend to... Yes, also, Sal, yes, there is the point where sometimes I say stuff and go, oh, I would ban someone in my chat for saying that. But yeah, you're right. What is the favour, Dave? I'm not going to say yes, sight unseen. I'm going to go, sure, anything for you, Dave, because you might say something like, you know, get your knackers out, cannibalise your children, you know, any of a plethora of potentially unacceptable requests. Oh, hello. Looks like these channeling bits are done. That's nice. Let's make them priority 1 and do them across here. Oh, hello. Calm down. Relax. Chill. There we go. It's all good. It's not, though, because I didn't actually do anything. I just imagined that I was making a channeling order when I, in fact, was making a mine order, which had nothing to mine out for it. There we go. Some people just chat with them. I feel like, you know, if you're just looking for a conversation, a prostitute seems like overkill, right? I mean, I'm sure it must be easier to find a conversation partner than it is to find a prostitute, right? Surely, he says, placing a frozen Capri Sun on his head, despite the fact that it makes him look slightly mentally ill. There we go. Surely that's a little bit overkill. That's like saying I need to dig out the soil from this gardening pot, this pot plant, and getting like a fucking, a pneumatic road drill, or perhaps one of those long arm diggers. I don't know. I was having trouble coming up with a metaphor there, but you get the idea. Is sex puppeteer a profession or a hobby? I feel like for the lucky few it would be a profession, right? There'd be a few professional sex puppeteers in the world. Do you reckon, like, regular puppeteers and ventriloquists look down on the sex puppeteers? I wonder if there's also a sex ventriloquist who works separately from the sex puppeteer in Jim Henson's sex workshop. Can you imagine that? The Dark Crystal parody porn. Where are we going here? Don't write him a blank check. I'm not gonna, Druids Mead. I'm not that crazy. I'm not that mad. I'm not that insane. Is the puppeteer getting paid? Well, I suppose that is the key to deciding professionalism, isn't it? Isn't it? I'll do you a favour within reason, Dave. Within reason. That's true. Richard Herring does have a sex puppeteer story. In fact, that sex puppeteer was what's his name? Ian? No. Stuart Lee. And he said Ian Lee. Stuart Lee. Very different Lee. Very different Lee. One of them's been on I'm a Celebrity. But yes, apparently Stuart Lee wanked off Richard Herring with a ventriloquist dummy. So, I mean, look forward to hearing that next time you see his live show. Don't Google Jim Henson Rule 34. Oh, I'm not gonna. Don't need to. Seen it. Been there, done that. Well, I mean, I've seen some of it. Should Scoundrel do a Dave a favour? Oh, Claycree, an interesting idea for a poll. Shit, we haven't done any namings, have we? We haven't named any dwarves. Might have to do them at the end of the stream. Hello, Dragon Miners for the win. Welcome back. Thanks for joining us again. Nearly muffed your name up again, but I got there. Got there in the end. Let's have a little peeky poo at the list of requests that's been made. Because, frankly, it's probably bulging with requests, and I haven't actually fulfilled any of them this stream. Oh, my tab crashed. That's no good. I don't want crashed tabs. I want fully functioning, virile, powerful tabs. Power tab. Let's have a look. Holy shit. Got loads of viewers. Okay. Sorry, normally you get a raid and people don't hang around, but it looks like some of you blind guys are sticky. Okay, that's not the most charming phrase that's ever left my lips. These blind guys appear to be a bit sticky. Imagine the scenarios in which that would be said. None of them are particularly pleasant, are they? Where was I? Oh yes, I was going to do the naming ritual. Let's go to the community tab. Let's go to the channel points tab. Yes, that's correct, Scoundrel. Well done. You can navigate the Twitch system. Let's go to manage rewards and review requests queue. Very exciting. Let's then go to here. Yeah, my face. I'm blind. Not that blind. Another blind. Physically blind, as opposed to the guy. Anyway, where were we? Someone has requested a dwarf be named MC Hammer, MC Escher, and MC Lovin. Oh my god, that was 4 days ago. I've still got stuff to do from the last stream. Holy shit. Well, let's go over to Dwarf Therapist then. Let's do some of these names. If I get Dwarf Therapist up on my screen, and then I sort by has nickname, we'll see who's got one and who hasn't. We've got, 39 named nicknames. We've got Arrow. We've got Orchimedes, Akira, Asbestos, Baby Salsa, Biscuits, Buckshot Brigade, Kakaron, Cole Salor, Conan Dude, Dave version 3, Defecatus, Druids Mead, Arian, Fatius Maximus, Fuzzy, Hibernoe, His Holiness, Johnny 5, Canada, no Tetsuo, remember, Claycree, Kabuka, Let Us Pray, still not dead, very good sign, Murder Machine G6, Northwesterhausen, aka Nick, Osa Little, Osa Lot, Oronog, I think I'm pronouncing that right, Oronog, Firehawk, Potato Sal Ad, Kvatch, Ravelin 4, Rowboat, Sal Ad Cream, Salford, Sal, and Scoundrel, and Stairmaster 400, Tidy, and Chunky Nut. There we go, that's everybody whose dwarves are still alive. But now, it looks like we've got a few meme names coming up in the list. How many unnamed dwarves have we got? 31 unnamed dwarves. I'm going to scan the list. And if people are actually asking for dwarves to be named after them, I'm going to do them first. And then we'll look into the meme name after that. We'll look into the meme names after that. Nighty night, Hibernoe. You sleep tight. Sweet dreams. It was a qualified yes. Yes. Yes as in... maybe it's a no, after I've heard what you want. Could you please name a dwarf Dragonmin? No problem. We'll start from the bottom. I said bottom. It means bum. Let's do Dragonmin. Let's do that first, because that was the most recent request. That's how we do things, don't we? Last come, first served. I was about to make a Bukaki joke. Disgusting. Right, let's choose one at random, shall we? I close my eyes, select at random. I roll my mouse wheel, any dwarf will do. Here we go. Who have we chosen? I have chosen Etter, a child. Very nice. Let's set the nickname, let's paste it in, OK, and commit. Namey, done. There we go. Sorted. Who's next? Let's scroll up a bit. Let's see. Sal requested ad time. That makes sense. Done. Zastava requesting a poll for Nobles versus Fallen Beast Fight Club night. Rejected. We're not killing off nobles. What is this? You've got an obsession. One day it's going to get you in hot water. You'll be in a country where they have a nobility and you'll be talking to people and your mind will slip and you'll go, kill all the nobles. And then they'll be like, we have a problem here. I don't know why they're going to phone somebody with like an old-fashioned receiver handset. We've got a problem. Somebody's trying to kill the Queen. We're going to have to blow his bloody brains out. That's how it works these days. Anyway, okay, let's go back up to the top. Sorry. Let's leave the MCs for a second. It looks like Tidy wants a dwarf. Tidy, I'm going to do it. Unless you're already in here. S. You're already in. I'm afraid that's a rejection. Tidy. You can have more than one dwarf, just not at the same time. Sal needs one. Let's have a look. Is Sal in? She is. We've already checked this. Rejection. Oh, that was an ad time one. Okay, fair enough. Lots of people requesting ad time. I'll approve those. Lord Shaper 85 last time suggested that we name one after them. Let's do it. Let's go up and down a bit in the no nickname section. Click. And that one will do. Cogsack. Lovely. A name meaning sack full of cogs. There we go. So Lord Shaper 85 in. Alan Arachnid, profession, spider provider. That was only 2 hours ago. That was this stream. Arson Octopus. Dernoy Yeblan. Are you in, Diana? You already got another one for you? Where have you popped your clogs? Let's have a little look. Looks like you've died. Okay. We'll put this one, which apparently means stupid fuckhead, but we'll see. We shall see. Let's put in a peasant or something, they say. No peasants left, I'm afraid. It's going to have to be a random... It's a child. I mean, to be honest, the preponderance of dwarves we have in this fortress at the moment are children. They make up, 41 adults, 24 children, so that's quite a few, isn't it? Quite a few chidlers. That one's approved. There we go. Poof, one for yourself. Why not? Let's do this one. Set nickname. Paste. Okay. Commit. There we go. Tick. Elton John, says Dave. Wants a dwarf called Elton John. We're not doing that. Not Elton John. No. Not since he disgraced himself singing that song. Do you remember? Did you see that? They did that concert for the NHS. And he sang Still Standing in a really weird way. Yep, still standing. He sang it in the Vic Reeves and Bob Mortimer disco style. Yep, still standing. It was really weird. It blew my mind. It brought out a huge giggle. Got new names in chat. Hello, starry, starry night. Welcome to the stream today. Are there cavies in this fort? I haven't seen one yet. But there could be. Is Brain dead? Yes, I'm afraid so, Brain. I'm afraid so. Could stuffed animals created by sex puppeteer count as a sex puppet? I mean, I think if it fucks you, it's a sex puppet, right? I think that's how it works. I don't think the actual form of the puppet makes sense. You could have some kind of abstract sex puppet, which would just be like a fleshlight on a broom handle or something, and maybe a pair of googly eyes on it. I mean, that's technically a sex puppet, right? I don't know. I'm not an expert. I'm not, of course, a sex puppeteer. We've established this. Keek 100 wants a dwarf as well. Let's get that in there. Also, Japs 1285. I'm going to stick with... Oh, I appear to have highlighted your whole name. I was going to remove the numbers off the end, but turns out I'm a little bit too lazy for that kind of carry-on. I do apologise. Commit. There we go. Let's accept that. Zastava wants a noble. Oh my goodness, Zastava. Let's check you're not already in the fortress, because you're no greenhorn, no noob. Are there any nobles left unnamed? No. Although this guy is some form of militia captain, so we'll give you that. How about that, Zastava? It's almost a proper noble. Sal sounds like a noble in hiding, so do we sacrifice him to the Forgotten Beast? Heaven above. You're absolutely dying for someone to be killed by the Forgotten Beast. Oh shit, we opened the well, didn't we? And a Forgotten Beast appears to have turned up as well. Right, we'll check that out in a minute. Should Scoundrel do Dave a favour? Let's not even put that into a poll, because we'll be here all night if we start doing polls. Such scoundrels, please, says Krabiukas. Tell you what, let's just call one Krabiukas. That makes more sense. There we go. Set nickname, paste, okay. Commit, there we go, we're all in. Keek 100, there we go, let's pop you in. Let's find one for you. This one. Set nickname, paste, commit. We're running out of unnicknamed dwarves now. We've got 21 left. But that's good. There was a notification that Claycree was missing for a week. May I have a level 20 armourer? If there is one, Claycree. Ah, shit. You were one of our best miners. Fart knockers. Let's quickly search by mining. Yeah, it looks like you have popped your clogs, Claycree. Let's find a good armour smith. That's named. Oh, it turns out we do have an unnamed armour smith. Set nickname. I'm going to type this one out. Klaykree. Claycree, you're in. Commit. Bosh, there we go. Ripley602 says, wow, a Master Dwarf Fortress player. I'm not sure about that. It's a poll with no question posed. I'm going to reject it, so you keep those points. I see what you're trying to do here. You're trying to get rid of all your points on the channel. Well, I'm not going to make it easy for you. You're going to have trouble. Now we can look at the meme names. I think the MCs, they're not being done. They've gone cold. They were from last session. Alan Arachnid, Spider Provider. If we've got an animal tamer, I'm going to do it. We've got an animal trainer. Let's have a look. Animal training. Here we go. We have no animal trainers. Therefore, Alan Arachnid, Spider Provider, is not going to appear in the fort. Arsenoctopus? I think we'll give Arsenoctopus a swish. Give him a go. There we go. Let's pop him in. No nickname. In you go. Set nickname. Paste. Go. Elton John. Sorry. Rejected. Scoundbelly. Oh my goodness. Okay, we'll stick him in just to commemorate the moment my exposed flesh was streamed around the world. And then we've got Flippo, Flappo, and Floppo, and also Fluppo and Fleppo, Flymo, Flippo. Heavens above. I'm afraid the pose are not going in. The pose are being left behind because we're spending too long in Dwarf Therapist. There we go. Clean, nice, clean, finished queue. Very good. Even if I did reject a shitload of them. Because, I'm a terrible streamer. I'm the worst kind of streamer. I'm the kind of streamer that don't really give a shit. Let's Get the old game back up. Go back from Dwarf Therapist. Here we go and take a look at what's happened. The Forgotten Beast, Thema Thebizran, has come. A huge humanoid composed of ice. It has large mandibles, and it appears to be emaciated. Beware its deadly spittle. Oh, spitty ice boy. How rude. How rude. I don't like the sound of this. I may have to expel it. But it's not going to be harming anybody because it's in currently Cavern Layer 2. Whatever. It's not connected to the fortress. It can just piss off. Let's just check to see that the flying swallow with the external ribs hasn't flown up our well. That might be a problem. Nah, it's still exactly where it was with its head kicked in. I think we're fine from that one. I don't think we're going to need to worry about locking off the well for a little while. Should be okay. Ah, they've put food in the training room. We should think about implementing some of the suggestions people made. That's not a bad idea, actually. Someone did suggest something about the military. However, it's gone way off the top of chat quite some time ago. So, A Dragonmin from another streamer's fort got their face kicked off by a Forgotten Beast recently. Ouch. Ouch. It's not the way you want to go. Nice to meet you all. I just got back into Dwarf Fortress today. Well, Starry Night, you've come to the right place. The Twitch Dwarf Fortress community is quite a good place to get some help and advice. Feel free to ask questions. Feel free to backseat. I'm not fussed if people want to suggest things to do. It's not really a problem. It's all good. Composed of ice. I want to go lick it. I want to cuddle this Forgotten Beast, to be honest. I'm fucking boiling. Send Dragonmin over to any Forgotten Beast that can get to us. Not yet. Not yet. Oh, thank you very much, Ripley. Much appreciated. It's very kind of you. A nice Prime sub. Very exciting. A little bit of that old sweet Bezos money coming my way. Oh, yeah. You can't have it all, B-boy. You can't have it all. I mean, it's impractical, really. If you've got all the money, then the entire economic system collapses. It's just daft. Don't think like that. It's crazy. Come on, Bezos. Get with the program. An ice FB. I could do with one of them spitting through the window right now. Well, careful, Sal. It is a poisonous one. It is a dangerous, well, venomous, sorry. A deadly spittled one. I'm assuming a deadly spittle from an ice dwarf. An ice dwarf? An ice Forgotten Beast. Is that a ghost? Oh, Christ on a bike. We've got fucking ghosts. Ghosts? I think we're going to have to do some more memorial slabs, aren't we? Oh, I should really place the ones that I've already made, shouldn't I? That's going to help. Build Alt-S. Here we go. A lot of migrants never quite made it into the fortress. They're all scattered on the surface in a very corpsey kind of way. Right, there's a memorial. Let's add... No, Alt-S. There we go. Add another slab there. Press X to check for memorials. Oh, thank you very much there. Thank you very much for the follow. Magna Draconomon. Hang on, let me get this right. Magna Dracomon. Thank you very much for the follow. And once again, apologies for calling lurkers out in chat. I keep doing it. The pop-up comes up and I look over and then I say, oh, hello, person in chat who hasn't even spoken and definitely doesn't want to be notified or called out because I'm an idiot. Never mind. It's done now. Although, I mean, that is not a good answer to a lot of things you shouldn't do. For example, if you've just killed somebody. Probably best not to say, oh, well, never mind. Probably best to start thinking about how to sort the situation out, right? You want to hide that body. Or call the police. Depends. Depends if you feel like you've done a wrong. If you've been a baddie. If you've been a baddie, you definitely need to call the police. Don't fail to do that. Well, I mean, it depends. Depends where you live. Maybe calling the police is a bad idea. It seems like in a lot of places at the moment you wouldn't want to be fair. Ah, well. More granite memorials. It's all good. Let's get these in. Seems like I've made a very large number of memorials and I haven't placed any of them, which suggests that we probably have quite a few ghosts knocking around. In fact, every single slab in the fortress appears to be a memorial. So I'm going to stop pressing X. I'm just going to start placing all the memorials. Needs a slab. Okay, we're out of slabs. Good. Once that's done, we can start engraving more for those who still need memorialization. and then we're good. It's going to be great. That's going to be great. You can't have it all B-boy. That's right, you can't. You can't. And the B could stand for anything. I mean, obviously, low-hanging fruit, you could say bald, but that's not fair. That's not fair. He can't help that. Obviously. He's got $1 billion. Surely, if he could help anything, he'd do it. Where was I? I got distracted. I got distracted by that lovely sub. What am I doing? I bet the Dave favour is to ban anyone that gets poisonous and venomous mixed up. That could be it. That could be the favour. I cannot agree sight unseen to a favour that may be detrimental. It could be a mistake. I might say, yeah, sure, I'll do you a favour, and you'll be like, well, in that case, give me your address, I'm coming round your house. I'll be like, no, that's not how this works. That's not how streaming works. There's no point. You can just turn your computer on, and you get the stream that way. In fact, it would be pretty tedious if you came here for the stream. Getting it live would just be awkward, just be weird. And smelly. I mean, I'm sweating up a storm here. I must absolutely hum. Where are we going down here? Magna streams Dwarf Fortress 2. Oh, hello. That's lovely. Well, I'll come and check you out at some point for sure. And maybe I'll even say hello, unlike I do when I go and see Salon Blind, because I'm a terrible Heidi bastard. What a monster. Ghostbusters indeed. Busting makes me feel good. Keep going down to chat, catching up. Favour needs gravity. Alright, I'll do you a favour. Not necessarily the one requested, but I will endeavour to aid you. A live stream. Excuse me, Claygree. My goodness. I'm getting very burpy. Keek100 says, hey Scoundrel, do you ever play Adventurer mode on stream? You can give someone a nickname in it too. I don't play Adventure mode very often. I've given it 1 or 2 goes, and I just can't get my head around it. I love Fortress mode. I'm more of a Fortress kind of guy. Can Dragonmin become an Axe Dwarf? There's an interesting proposition there. Let me take a look. Let me have a little look at my military situation in Dwarf Therapist for a second. Let's see, squads. I really should take this back down to the mines, shouldn't I? What am I doing up here at this entry level? That's too high up. There we go. Let's watch this get dug out. Can Dragonmin become an Axe Dwarf? We'll find that out. Let me have a quick peek. At the moment, there are openings in the military. Oh, actually, yes. Okay, let's do it then. Dragonmin, where are you? Where's Dragonmin? There you are. Actually, let's just check that you're... When you grow up, you can. Yes, Dragonmin. When I grow up, I would like to be an Axe Dwarf and dismember enemies of the fortress with my axe. That's a beautiful sentiment, child. Congratulations. Off to the military academy. You go on then. Ask that favour. I'm braced. I'm ready. I always shout them out. Ah, that's fine. I ought to smelt the tetrahedrite I found. I hear silver is really good for warhammers. It's excellent. Warhammers, maces, any blunt weapon. That's what you want to make your weapons out of. Favour is this. ... Here we go. Please ask me if I am a horse. Dave, are you a horse? He says to a man who is clearly a velociraptor. Very clearly. There we go. I've asked, I've done the deed, I've done the favour, I've discharged the duty. It's good. Oh my god. I mean, it was good. It was okay. I mean, actually it was quite bad. It was terrible. You're banned. There we go. That was a bit of a spectrum, wasn't it? That's okay. I've got over it now. You're not banned. You're not banned. Oh my goodness. This is taking a long time to dig out, isn't it? I set this channeling order quite some time ago, and they still haven't done it. Why? It's not like the stairs are blocked. It's not like nobody can come and do it. I mean, it may be because I've run out of miners. That might be a problem. Let me just have a quick check at Dwarf Therapist. Oh, I do need to put more people in my military, don't I? Let's have a little peeky poo. Oh god, I hope none of them got killed and then vaporised wearing their adamantine armour. That would be shit. That would be fucking awful. I've got a guy here who's a level 2 mace dwarf. Nah. I mean, I'd rather hammers and axes, to be fair. Druid's Mead is a level 2 Swords Dwarf, but also the manager. Well, I'm afraid you're not going on active military service. Somebody else is going to have to take that role. Anyone else got sword skills? No. Pretty much anyone with any military capacity is currently in the military. Maybe I should stop thinking about it for now, and then when we've got suits of adamantine armour for everybody, then think about it. That feels like more sense, doesn't it? That seems more sensible, doesn't it? No need to time him out, Sal. I mean, maybe if it gets worse. If it gets worse, maybe. We'll give it a go. Oh, Claycree, taking it even further. Horse puns. Horse puns, not the worst puns. Not the worst puns. You can have worse puns than horse puns. Very many. Mood? Is there a mood in the fortress? Oh, it's your fortress. Sorry, Starry Night. I got confused for a second. I thought we had a mood going on in this fortress that I'd missed. Can you do an overview of your fort and what is your plans for the long term? Yeah, I can do that, actually. Let's do that. How long have we got on the fortress? We're only going for another half hour. So what I will do is I'll do a plan now, a tour now while we wait for the digging out to occur, and then we'll probably finish shortly after the tour's done. So, is everybody ready? Have you all braced yourselves? Got yourself a lovely weak lemon drink to keep you ticking over? Let's put the camera somewhere where it can see me. Let's take this stupid Capri Sun off my head. As soothing as it is to have it on my head. Oh God, it's so nice to be cool, isn't it? I'm not a hot weather guy. I'm very much a cold weather person. Oh, okay, off to the surface. Oh? Off to the surface. There we go. So, see, the thing is, Sal, if I offer someone a favour like that on stream, I kind of feel compelled to do it, even if I shouldn't. So that's why I was so wary. I was so wary. So wary. Anyway, let's look at the fortress here. This is the entryway on the surface. In fact, let's zoom out a bit. Let's get an overview of the site, not just the fortress. We've got a volcano, as I nearly always have on all my embarks. And if we go up a few levels, we can see it's fairly steep, but, you know, nothing too exciting going up there. We haven't really troubled the upper levels of the volcano. We could put some sort of glorious temple up there, but we haven't got that far yet. I've been thinking maybe some kind of temple on top of the volcano, as we've done a number of times. Maybe some sort of enormous glass phallus climbing up into the sky. That could be fun. We'll see. We'll see. Let's zoom into the entry corridor again. Here we go. As you can see, we're connected up to the surface with a little dirty tunnel. Ugh, disgusting. Horrific. Awful. Dirt tunnel. Yuck. We've got ourselves a little bridge closing us off. We've got a trade depot here. And then this area here is actually where we have all of our grazing animals, keeping the sand exposed for our glass industry. That's walled off. It's not connected to this corridor here. In fact, you have to go all the way down into the fortress to get to this. You've got to come back up again. Let's go down to the proper entry of the fortress, which is just above Cavern Layer 1. Let's see if we go down a couple of floors there. You see Cavern Layer 1? Cavern Layer 1 and 2 basically sealed off now. We don't use them. The entry stairs come down here across this little set of cave traps. Cave traps? Cage traps. Very different. Then down here, this is supposed to be our trap corridor for when we get under siege and we allow people in. But to be honest, we barely open the gates anymore. We're so often under siege, it doesn't make sense to open the gates. We've also got a graveyard here. This is a short-term storage for rubbish and decomposing bodies and stuff. This is a barracks. This is a stockpile for just adamantine armour. This is a stockpile for food. Very exciting. Pressing F2 yields the bedroom and offices floor. I know, bedrooms and offices, not the best combination of things to have in one place, but whatever. I'm happy with it. Level 3, F3, takes us to our industrial zone, where we have the only ore available for mining on this map, cassiterite. Well, cassiterite and adamantine, obviously, but adamantine is not really an ore, is it? So we can basically have tin and adamantine, and that's about it. We also did quite a bit of duping of steel, so we do have a lot of steel bars knocking around, which is nice, and it allows us to get our industry up to weapons industry up to a fairly high standard, and our armor smiths industry up to a fairly high standard, without having to waste a lot of the adamantine making crap, which is nice. Here we've got 4 smelteries, magma smelters, of course, using magma from the volcano. These are glass workshops, magma, of course, everything's powered by magma. And these are all standard metalsmiths forges, which is good. This one here is only allowed to be used by legendary smiths. So basically every time I want a piece of armour made that's going to be fancier, I put it in here. And so far we've made 5 suits of adamantine armour with steel mail shirts, all very high quality. Very high quality. Excellent goods. Over here, big stone stockpile, mason, craft dwarf, mechanic, carpenter, wood stockpile. Very exciting, I'm sure you'll agree. Next level up, we have the food zone. This is a massive food stockpile. This is kitchen, stills, etc. This is an animal stockpile, mainly undead stuff that's been caught by the cage traps, unfortunately. This is a miasma baffle to stop miasma escaping from the butcher, the fishery and the tannery. And then if we go over here, this was to be the egg laying room. Sadly, we only have male birds, which is a big disappointment. Big disappointment. This is a stockpile for goblets, this is a switch room, and this down here is a magnificent dining hall with a little unfinished annex coming off the bottom, which will be sort of like a special giant feasting hall at some point, but has not yet been finished. These little booths are special dining rooms for nobles, which don't overlap with the other dining rooms, making it nice and fancy. Very fancy indeed. Let's press F5. Here's our little segregated stockpile room. Stockpiles for coffins, cabinets, chests, bins, statues, etc. This is blocks. This is, I believe, uncut gems, cut gems, something or other. Non-adamantine armour, basically. That's what's in there. Let's have a look on floor above. That is the guild halls, all very fancy, smoothed and engraved. And there's a hospital. Hospital where all of our pre-dead dwarves are attempted to be not deaded. I think that's a good way to say it. This is our room for, or our level for the textiles industry. I should be banging out quite a bit of textiles, but I'm not sure how many foundation level bits of like pigtail we're making. I'm not sure if we've got enough cloth to actually make this sustainable, but we'll give it a go. And I am going to move my gem stockpiles into this room because this is where the gem work is actually being done. I'm not going to do that now, I'll do that later, he says, knowing full well it probably won't ever happen. And then if we come up a bit further, we can see the abandoned cassiterite mines. Abandoned because cassiterite should really be called cashiterite. Who wants fucking tin? And here's our farms, just below the area where we keep all of our grazing cattle. Very exciting. Very exciting. You tell those birds to keep trying, maybe they'll lay one. If any of them lay an egg, I'll be mighty surprised. Mighty surprised. Anyway, that's not everything. If we go down to cavern layer 3, we have a little tunnel here leading back to the main fortress. A well in here which goes down into the water source in cavern layer 3. As you can see, quite far below. And then down from there we have this system here which takes water from the cavern layer down to here, where we use it to turn magma into obsidian so we can dig down to the adamantine and extract the good stuff. How's that for a tour? Good? Satisfied with that? You all thrilled to bits with how that worked out? Was it good? I hope so. I hope you all loved it. I hope you all had a wonderful tingly time. It looks like a lot of the channeling here is getting done, but not as fast as I would perhaps have liked. It's taking a little bit longer than I would want. Hopefully it'll happen quicker in a minute. That would be nice. How come no dwarfs are digging? Very good question, Japs. Very good question. I would like to know that myself. One of those jobs has been picked up, but only one of them. This one here. Oh yeah, I was going to check to see if I've got any I've actually got any miners. Sort by nothing. Arrange by mining. We should have 3 people. Although 2 of them are level 0 miners. You know what? Let's put in an order for 2 steel picks. I think that's the deal here. In fact, JM... the save. Sorry. If I go back over to the fortress, you'll be able to see we're having a save at the moment. When that's done, I'll order a few steel picks, and hopefully that will kickstart the mining, and we'll be able to get more digging done. Keek100 says, I'm a first timer on your channel, so I'm interested. Have you ever caught something really big, like a rock or dragon with an animal cage? We have a giant in the cage right now, but I've only really caught sort of like giants, etins, cyclopses, that sort of stuff. I don't think I've ever caught a rock. I'm no Krug Smash. I don't think I've ever caught a rock in one of my traps, but there's no reason why I wouldn't try. Or did I? Did I catch a rock? Certainly had some kind of giant eagle thing, but I don't know if that was a rock or an actual giant eagle. I can't remember. Did my more than just my 20 miner die? I think you had more high-level miners before the channeling. It could be the steam caused by the water falling in the magma that got them. I suppose it could be Claycree, but yeah, one of them was having serious mental issues, if I remember rightly. I think they might have been killed for being a dick. Well, at least this time you didn't see my naked body. That's a good one. Anyway, where were we? What I learned, all male birds, no eggs, rip cage trap, best trap. It is, yes, cage trap is best trap. Armour is godly, and you have a zoo of undead. Basically. Although our military is not yet ready to go. They will be eventually. I like the way you're thinking, Starry Night, but before we can do any volcano sacrifices, we need to have an actual temple. We need the correct mise en scène for that kind of affair. You can't be just willy-nilly chucking things into the volcano and going, that's a sacrifice, isn't it? That's a sacrifice. That's why we chucked it in. Come on, volcano god, give us something. That's not what you do. You've got to build a nice temple. You've got to play some good music. You've got to bang drums. You've got to shout Num Shibab over and over again. You've got to attempt to rip Indiana Jones's heart out. You can't just tip giants out of cages into magma and expect some sort of religious experience to unfold. You really have to be a little bit more elaborate about these kind of things. I appreciate the sentiment, but we need to put a bit more work in. Blood for the blood god, skulls for the skull throne. God, isn't Khorne a bastard? I wouldn't. We've had this conversation multiple times. Personally, I'm more of a Tzeentch person. I think if I was going to be, if I had to choose a chaos god to give myself to, it would have to be Tzeentch, right? Old magic bird head, certainly. Not that keen on the others. I mean, they're cool in terms of like tabletop armies and characters for computer games. Nurgle, Khorne, what japes, what happy lads. But in terms of a lifestyle choice, fuck that. I've got no interest in being a Khorne guy and 0 interest in being a fucking Nurgle boy. Fuck that. I don't want horrible rotting boobs. That's no good. Speaking of boobs, Slaanesh, also no good for me. Don't like it. Don't want that. Claycree says, I've had the problem of putting a garbage dump zone into lava without a long Z-level chute, so when things fell in it would create some splashback and the dwarves were nicely grilled. Oh dear. Yes, you've got to prepare them. You've got to get them ready for it, chaps. A little bit of pomp. A little bit of pomp and circumstance. A little bit of music. Something to get the volcano god in the mood. I'm in the mood for sacrifice. I better not sing too many copyrighted notes, that might get us in trouble. Did I hear some heresy goes full Adeptus Sororitas? Oh, no. I'm not saying I want to become a Tzeentchman. That's not my goal. That's not my dream. Heavens forfend, no. Stay your hand, Inquisitor. Please no kill. Please no kill. I'm not that lucky. I'm not that lucky that someone would come along and recruit me into the armies of Tzeentch. I'm going to end up being some poor fucking pleb in a Genestealer cult if I ever commit heresy. That's what's going to happen to me. I'm not worthy of being anointed by the Chaos Gods. There we go. Let's pop that Capri Sun back on the head. Exterminatus. Oh man, I really hope there's more Astartes coming. I absolutely adore that program, that YouTube series. It's really, really quite good. Well worth a watch. Oh God, come on, mine these floor bits out. Oh, I didn't put the order in for the steel picks, did I? Forge a steel pick. I would like, you know what? Make me 5 of the bastards. Let's go ham. Let's go utterly mental with it. Let's go crazy. It is bloody boiling, Ripley. I cannot express how too warm it is. I'm a big fan of Thoth, personally. A big fan of Thoth. If I was to pick a god to be real, it'd be him. You know what? I don't think I would pick any gods to be real. I don't like the idea of gods being real. I find it a little bit like, you know, it's too hard to retcon into the real world. It's too hard to explain shit. So why didn't you do anything? Why did you just fucking let this all happen? You're an asshole. I'm not worshipping you. Fuck you. That's my personal opinion. Hello, Authority. Welcome back. Thanks for joining us. You catch us less than a quarter of an hour from the end of the stream. I'm somewhat bleary-eyed with sleeplessness, but that's fine. That kind of fits in with the rest of the theme of the show. Dwarves bumbling around, not really doing anything sensible. Looks like you're a bit too close to the volcano. Well, this bit here is deep underground. This is the sea, the underground magma sea, whereas the volcano itself is there and becomes a separate entity from the magma sea a little bit further up. We are very deep down. So deep it put your ass to sleep, as the lyrics go. Yeah, so it's quite a way up to get to the surface of the volcano, but we're down here dealing with magma in the depths of the earth, the bowels, if you will. Come on, dig it out. Dig it out. He's got the channeling down now. He's doing it all right. Good. Okay, so DH. Let's channel this bit here. This feels like a good bit to channel out. There we go. And then that connects the water to the magma. Happy days. Obsidian on demand. Not that we need to worry about obsidian. We've got, being near a volcano, there's plenty of natural obsidian available. Currently 27 degrees. Oh, where are you, Starry Night? I'm imagining here it's not far off. It's fucking boiling. Toasty is an understatement, Sal. I would say clammy. Clammy. It can't be an Abrahamic god. Certainly has to be one of the classical era gods, which are not omnipotent, who merely exist on a higher level of existence to us. I'd quite like to go for one of the sort of cool arty gods. I've said this before. If I was to worship a god, if I wanted a god to be real, it'd be Ganesh. Ganesh, the elephant-headed Hindu god. I mean, he's a lad. He's a real, like, cool dude. I'm all about the old G-man. Give him... He's got plenty of time for old G-boy. He's a good boy. Totally immersed in the fort. Who's immersed in the fort? Me? I'm not immersed in the fortress. I'm barely paying attention. Usually, as has been coined before, I'm a player of what you would call Paul's Fortress. I sit here jabbering away for hours on end while the game basically does nothing in the background. Although since the term Paul's Fortress has been coined, I've been a little bit more careful about actually getting stuff done. And the fortress does eke forward. By degrees. By tiny degrees. Oh my god, this is taking forever. Why are our miners so slow? Hello. It looks like the chat's not catching up in OBS. I'm hearing tippy-tappy noises, but chat isn't moving. In fact, the last thing I saw was he's totally immersed in the fort. Luckily, my bot says, were ancient gods made to be worshipped because they were pretty human-like in their failures? I think they were more created to explain the world rather than be worshipped. And then, because of the explanations that they kind of appeared to be responsible for stuff, then they were worshipped? Or am I crazy? If I had a possibility to wish for anything, says Keek, I would wish to get slabbed with the secrets of life and death from Dwarf Fortress into real life. The one that can make Intelligent Undead 2, of course. Now, that'd be interesting. I wouldn't mind that. I'd be interested. Clinidev says, "Hey chat, I'm writing a lengthy comment about things Cupo taught me. I know his outgoing trade is mostly worn clothing, but what does he actually import? Exotic food or nothing? Intriguing. I've never seen Clinidev actually do any trading. I've always been so hypnotised by his gorgeous fortresses. Puzzle boxes. Ah, the kind that summon Pinhead. This is the Lament configuration box. Utah in the US. Man, I always thought Utah was super hot. Isn't it like a desert state? You got the salt flats out there. I mean, I imagine you don't build on the salt flats. And then again, you've actually got a city called Salt Lake City, haven't you? Which is probably built on salt flats. We built this city on very flat salt flats. Imagine how different the world would be if Kiss were from Utah. Imagine that. Imagine how the songs would be different. They would be very different. Oh, the chat's caught up in OBS. Here we go. Oh, Claycree, heavens above, talking smack to the YouTubers. Terrible. As a lot of saints in Salt Lake City, the Utah Saints, indeed, who were a band or a dance and EDM act, I think, in the 90s. Very exciting. Oh, here we go. Look, we've done it. The connection's happened. The water is flowing into the magma and vice versa. And it looks kind of dull. Not as exciting as I'd hoped. At least it's created some obsidian. That's nice, isn't it? It's lovely. Let's do some more channeling here. Not the kind of channeling done by mediums and psychics. Definitely not. That, of course, is nonsense. Tom Noddy, Fiffle Faffle, and Piffle. That's what it is. Let's go to... Question mark? No, that's not how it's done. Everything's changed over here. Alt-P, show priorities. On. Why can I no longer see the priorities for designations for digging? Because I've not actually got digging tool on. Okay, dig there. Priority 2. Bing bang bong. Lovely. Okay. Slowly but surely we're exposing all of the magma. It's going to be great. It's going to be lovely. It's going to be wonderful. Orders for diamonds. That'd be nice. We did have those plans to make all the adamantine suits of armour encrusted with specific colours of gemstones to create a sort of Power Rangers style military theme, but unfortunately that I can't figure out how to get specific dwarves to wear specific pieces of kit, so didn't quite work out for me. What the fuck? Did someone just die? Who's the goofy goober who just got killed? It's probably me, isn't it? I'm one of the miners. At the moment, I'm the best miner in the fortress. Let's take a quick look at the therapist right now. 41 adults, 24 children, and 1 vulnerable baby. Let's see what's happened. Nobody died. Yet we have a corpse. That's an interesting situation to be in. How did we have a corpse without anybody dying? It's Firehawk. Why is Firehawk dead? He was one of our top military boys. Oh shit, don't let him have been wearing adamantine armour. Oh, mind you, he's in the water. He's not been vaporised. It's fine. Let me just go to squad. Firehawk is not in the military anymore. Why was Firehawk... Am I thinking of an old fort? Let's find Firehawk here. LMNOPQ. Oh, of course he's not here. He's dead. Duh, idiot. Never mind. Never mind. Let's go back to the home screen. Let's go back to... let's go back to Dwarf Fortress. Let the game unfold a bit longer. Hopefully that corpse will get retrieved before shit gets vaporised, but we'll see. We'll see how it pans out. A lot of this channeling here doesn't look particularly safe, to be honest. See, I want those two to get dug out. But every time we send someone down here now, we run the risk of losing people. Man, these little pink frozen flamingos, which used to have ice in them, they're now basically warm. Doesn't take long for ice to lose its coolness. The Capri Sun's warming up now too. It did have like a little bead of ice still in the middle, but unfortunately that's gone. It's melted. Adamantine glove with 6 stones. That would be pretty cool. I agree. Do a little bit of dusting. Kill everybody with a purple finger snap. Don't snap my purple finger. Ooh, sounds painful. Sounds painful. I'll tell you what, Starry Night. A nice, cheap way to get stuff ready for the traders. Provided you've got trees, make a shitload of spiked wooden balls. They're usually pretty valuable. If you set your carpenter making a load of them, by the time the traders get there, they've usually got something worth trading. Obviously, if elves turned up. It's fucking elves, isn't it? Why would you want to do anything with them? Just kill them. Ugh, disgusting. Elves. I may as well call them shit golems. DH, here we go. Let's dig out another row here. Although, do I really want to do all this entire row here? Oh yeah, fuck it, go on. Do it, scoundrel, do it. It's not like we're going to be opening the gates again until next session. It's 4 minutes to 3 in the morning, so it's not going to take too long. Does the baby have a name? Good question, Ripley. Good question. Let's go to Dwarf Therapist. Let's sort by profession, so the professional baby rises to the top. Oh yes, it's Scoundbelly. Scoundbelly the baby, named in memory of the moment I accidentally exposed my naked torso on the webcam today. How terrible. That's perfect, really, isn't it? The hope of the fortress is named after the very real chance of the stream being tossed. Oh dear. Oh dearie, dearie, dearie. Rock mugs for the win, says Tidy. I'm more of a spiked wooden balls guy myself, as I said, but you know, if you like rock mugs, go for rock mugs. It does use up all that crappy stone laying around, doesn't it? Robot in Progress loves the elf disdain. I'm not a fan of elves. I'm not a fan of elves, not by a long shot. Even before I played Dwarf Fortress, I never liked the elves in Lord of the Rings. I don't like Warhammer elves much. Wasn't particularly fond of Eldar. Yeah, elves never did it for me. More of a dwarf boy. Quite like the old orcs. That's not a bad shout. But elves, nah. Always felt a little bit to me. Felt like elves would whine too much. Filthy knife ears indeed. You know, I've not got a problem with people playing elves in D&D and such. Not my bag. I wouldn't do it. Heavens above. No way. Wouldn't catch me playing an elf. Not for a million years. Ugh. But, you know, it's not a problem if other people like elves. You're allowed to like elves. Just don't bring them. Just don't bring them to me. Don't expect me to treat them with respect. Ugh. How many elves does it take to change a light bulb? I would guess probably just one, because you know they're quite tall, to be able to reach the socket easily, or none, because there are no light bulbs in the fantasy settings that have elves. Oh, there we go, big brain play. Or maybe just maybe, the Eldar count as elves, in which case probably just do it with their mind, right? 0 elves required. They'd have slaves do it. Oh, controversial. Elves and dragons. Wood elves I don't mind as much. High elves can go fuck off. I hate all that shit. Oh, I'm 100 years old. I'm 1,000 years old. I've been training my entire life to be a super competent. Oh, fuck off. Wood elves are great in Blood Bowl. Elves are fantastic in Blood Bowl, only beaten by Skaven. But personally, I'm more of a kind of orcish kind of guy when it comes to Blood Bowl. I never had my only tabletop army I ever really collected was dwarves for Warhammer, and I tried a Dark Angels 40k army, but it never really got anywhere. I'm much more into sort of digital 3D rather than painting miniatures. Did we not have this exact same conversation last stream? I feel like suddenly I'm repeating myself. Very weird. Very weird. Elves in Dwarf Fortress are absolute scum, Ripley. Fuck elves in Dwarf Fortress. Disgusting. I feel relatively safe saying I play wood elves in Blood Bowl. Yes, that's fine. That's fine. I won't ban you. But don't start saying we should do stuff with the elves in this fortress. Ugh, disgusting. Oh, question mark. What happened there? Oh, look, the chat goes up my nose. Wrong way. Try again. There we go. Ah, again. Beans. One more try. Ah, fuck you, game. It won't stop. It's gone horribly wrong. Right, this time, click on Dwarf Fortress. There we go. Okay, we're in there. We're good. We're good. Glitch in the Matrix. That's right. That's what happened exactly. Anyway, where were we? Let's get some final thoughts on the fortress before we call time. Oh, someone pooped in chat. Dave, settle down. Druid's Mead was withdrawn from society. Well, let's let this mood play out, and then we'll call time on the stream, right? That kind of makes sense. I don't see Druid's Mead anywhere, so I'm going to go up to the room with all of the workshops in and hope beyond hope that he claims an armoursmith workshop and makes us some sweet artifact armour. That would be great, especially out of adamantine. That would be even better. We've already had 2 breastplates made, so I'm excited. 1 regular, 1 segmented. Oh boy! Got the right workshop. Let's see what happens now. Looks like he's going for adamantine. Yes, he's gone for my blue boys. Put them in there. That's it. Off for the next piece of whatever it is you're collecting. Should we follow them, see what they're getting? Let's have a little look. Let's follow them around the fortress. See what kind of stuff they're going for. It's not wood. Doesn't appear to be stone. Interesting. I'm guessing bone or cloth if it's not stone or wood. Oh, hello. No. It's a stone block. Looks like he's picked up diorite. Could be granite. I'm guessing diorite. It's usually diorite. Okay, take that block back. Make me something fancy. Make me something beautiful. Show me the height of dwarven craft. Bring me the glory of the forge. I nearly said furnace, and then I said forge, and then it came out as forge. Very weird. Oh, thank you very much for the follow. I'm not going to call your name. Not going to say your name. I'm not going to say your name because that would be rude. That would be calling out lurkers. What a monster! What kind of monster would do that? Not me, for sure. Never done that in my life. He lied. But nonetheless, thank you very much for the follow. Much appreciated. Here we go. What's he going for now? He's going for some kind of cloth, perhaps. Yes, he's gone for cloth. Don't know what it is. Probably some form of pigtail cloth, I'm guessing. It's unlikely to be silk. We don't have a lot of silk. We do have a bit, though. Mainly from trade caravans. We should really, once I've got my military upped a bit more, we should really try and reclaim the caverns. There's too many forgotten beasts knocking around down there. Oh, there we go. The mysterious construction has been begun. It won't be long. We've only just begun. Diorite cabochons, almost certainly. Almost certainly. 1 left gauntlet, Sal. Hope so, because we've already got right gauntlets, haven't we? Or which ones? We've got a series of artifact gauntlets for one side. I have to admit, when it comes to tabletop Starry Night, I'm more of a Call of Cthulhu guy. I'm less of a fantasy setting kind of person. I like a bit of eldritch horror. I like a bit of sci-fi action. I like a bit of maybe spy thrillery science stuff, but I'm not a huge fantasy person on the tabletop. Not that I'm against it. I've definitely played D&D, not for a while, but I've definitely run more. Maybe it's because normally if it comes to D&D, I end up being the one who has to run. And not that I'm against it, but sometimes you just want to play, right? Sometimes you just want to sit down and be the player rather than the runner. You don't want to be the DM every time. Brad _ welcome to the stream, thanks for the follow. Just started playing Dwarf Fortress, but I have no idea what I'm doing, so I figured I'd try and learn by watching. Well, it's lovely that you've come here. Absolutely wonderful, delightful thing to have you here, but I might have to point out that this is not the premium location for learning Dwarf Fortress. This is kind of badly played Dwarf Fortress with a lot of just rambling and blabbering over the top of it. Sal, however, she can teach you how to play Dwarf Fortress. Watch her streams and check her YouTube channel out because she's got tutorials. Well worth a look. She'll probably put a link in chat. Not to say stop watching. Heaven forbid. Don't stop watching. Even though you'll have to in a few minutes because we're about to end the stream. But hey, I just thought I'd be upfront and clear about the fact that you're not going to learn a whole heap of shit from me. I'm not what you would call a great Dwarf Fortress player. Although Claycree is calling me a DF Super Pro. Exciting title. Just factually inaccurate. Just inaccurate. Lots of people giving encouragement. That's good. Keek says adventure mode is much easier, so I play Dwarf Fortress mode only via Twitch. You know what? I have the complete opposite experience. I found adventure mode bewildering, absolutely impossible to get my head around, yet somehow, apparently, you've had the opposite experience. Intriguing. Ravelin says, I play D&D Mondays, occasionally run an indie RPG called Glaze of Glory, which is stupid fun, but desperately want to play Blades in the Dark. You know what? If Chunky Nut ever turns up in chat again, you should talk to him about that, because he's got a copy of it, and he absolutely mentions it quite a lot. And I have yet to acquiesce and go for a play on it. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. Call of Cthulhu is, in my opinion, Starry Night, the best tabletop RPG available. I absolutely love it. Oh, not a shield. Not a shield? Is that what someone said? I mean, it's cool, but it doesn't need to be adamantine, does it? You can make a shield out of anything, and it's just as good. Feel free to join the Discord and ask any questions. We do have a particular room for Dwarf Fortress stuff. We've got the Cryptbeards room, but it does leak. It leaks a lot. Lots of people in general talking about Dwarf Fortress as well. Anyway, here we go. Druid's Mead Meserilcott, the manager, has created Uthik Mkshesh, an adamantine shield. She claims it is an heirloom in the name of the family ancestor, Udib Mountain Flag. Oh, Udib Mountain Flag. Heard of him. He lied. So, it's Uthmikashesh Shaken Spun. Oh. Shaken Spun. Sounds good. An adamantine shield. What does it look like? This is an adamantine shield. All craftsdwarfship is of the highest quality. It is encrusted with bands of adamantine and cave spider silk. This object is adorned with hanging rings of schist. I was wrong on every level. It wasn't gneiss, it was schist. Sorry, it wasn't diorite, it was schist. It was some cave spider silk. It wasn't pigtail cloth. And for some reason, it's been encircled with bands of adamantine on adamantine. Seems unnecessary. Seems a little bit... It does. It had the shaken back and put the freshness back. There's an old 80s ad that we can all remember for sure, because we're definitely all the same age as me. Definitely. How is this one? How is the breastplate with like drawings and shit on it so much less valuable than a fucking shield with bugger all on it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's worth 13 million credits. That can't be right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's either worth 1 or 13 million. Either way, it's pretty fucking valuable, right? Holy shit. Good lord. I can't believe it. Dave is older. Don't worry about it. That makes me feel better, to be fair. It's all good. 1.3, says Brad _ There we go. That seems more reasonable. 13 million seems ludicrous. Absolutely ludicrous. Shaken Vac in Red Dwarf. Don't remember that. mind you, when the initial series of Red Dwarf came out, I think I was still quite young. I don't think I ever watched it when it was first broadcast. It was after my bedtime. But I have seen them all since, though. So maybe I'll have to look again. Look again to remember. 1.3 million, the last symbol is not a 0. Thank fuck for that. Thank fuck for that. Wasn't the last one a floodgate, not a breastplate? No, the last one was segmented adamantine breastplate, which was worth 900,000. Okay, it's nearly a million. Okay, it was just me being stupid, being a papeg. Don't worry. Excuse me. Where does all this gas come from? I mean, I know it comes from reactions in my guts, but hey. Let's not be too factual, eh? So, well, the fortress has abided, but I've ended up in a sort of weird, sleep-deprived state of babbling nonsense. So I feel like maybe it's a good time to call time on the stream. What do we think? What do we think, chat? We all ready to go and raid somebody else? Ready to carry on and take the party elsewhere? Let me have a little look on my phone and see if there's anyone about who can be raided. Anyone fun? Who've we got? Who's playing Dwarf Fortress? Oh, God. Okay, I'm not using the latest version. Fine, whatever. So, 44 people currently watching Dwarf Fortress, according to the homepage. And according to this, 2 watching Robo Films, 1 watching the bot, and then the rest are watching me, presumably. Oh, there's me on my phone. Hey, me! Hey! Hey! I'm not waving back. What an arrogant fucking prick. Jesus Christ. Have some respect for your audience. Fuck you. God, I don't know why anyone would watch this dickhead. Should we raid Robo Films? Should we give him another shot? Let's give him a little bit of help. Let's teach Robo Films a little go. Because we raided him last time, didn't we? So he's a known quantity. Seems like a nice chap. Anyway, those of you watching the recording on YouTube, thank you very much, but it's time to go. Bye. Bye-bye, YouTube. Bye.